Hello and welcome back again, Coffee Beans. This is Soil and Water Conservation Engineering. Definition of terms. Parts A and B. Abandoned well. A kind of well that has been treated to eliminate the potential for contamination of aquifer. Avoido. Dike and drainage structure protecting marshlands, outlet structure with flap gate which permits outflow of fresh water, but prevents inflow of tidal salt water. Accelerated erosion. Erosion which is much more rapid than normal. Natural, or geological erosion, primarily as a result of the influence of the activities of man or in some cases of animals. Accumulation. The buildup or increase of one or more constituents in the soil at a given position as a result of translocation. The buildup may be a residue due to the translocation of material out of the horizon or may be due to an addition of material. Acid soil is a soil with a pH below 7.0 acre-foot, refers to the volume of water that would cover 1 acre to a depth of 1 foot. Aerated static pile. Composting system using controlled aeration from a series of perforated pipes running underneath each pile and connected to a pump that draws or blows air through the piles. Aerobic decomposition. The decay organic matter by microorganisms in the presence of oxygen. A. Frame. A structural cross-section resembling the capital letter A, which consists of two rigid members together at the bottom and usually braced in the middle. Air capacity of soils is defined as the quantity of air in the soil which remains after the soil has been saturated with water to the point of absolute water capacity. Air counterflow. Upward movement of air through the soil during downward flow percolation, water. Air drainage. Renewal of soil by air diffusion. Air relief valve. Device that releases air from a pipeline automatically without permitting loss of water. Air vacuum. Air relief valve. Device that releases from a pipeline automatically without permitting loss of water or admits air automatically if the internal pressure becomes less than atmospheric. Alfalfa valve. An outlet valve attached to the top of a riser with an opening equal in diameter to the inside diameter of the riser pipe and an adjustable lid or cover to control the flow of water. Anisotropic soils. Soils not having the same physical properties when the direction of measurement is changed. Apparent flow velocity. Porous media flow. Flow rate of water passing through a unit cross-section of porous media. Application rate. Rate that water is applied to a given area. Usually expressed in units of depth per time. Apron. Floor lining extending downstream from a hydraulic structure to protect the structure from erosion and scour. Extension, which is not necessarily attached structurally, of a grade level floor, usually concrete beyond the face of a building. Feed bunk, or waterer. Aquiclude. Underground geologic formation that neither yields nor allows the passage of an appreciable quantity of water, although it may be saturated with water itself. Aquifer. An underground formation that contains sufficient saturated permeable material to yield significant quantities of water, a geologic formation that hold and yield usable amount of water. Aquitard. Underground geologic formation that is slightly permeable and yields inappreciable amounts of water when compared to an aquifer. Archdam. Curved masonry concrete dam. Convex upstream, that depends to arch action for its stability. Arid. A term applied to a region or climate in which precipitation is too low to support crop production. Arid climates. Climate characterized by low rainfall and high evaporation potential. Artesian aquifer. Aquifer that contains water under pressure as a result of hydrostatic head. Aspect ratio. The aspect ratio of a rectangular orifice is the ratio of the length of the longer sides to the length of the shorter sides. Assimilative capacity. Natural ability of soil, air or water to accept and or degrade potential pollutants without harmful effects to the environment. Auxiliary pump. Any pump designed to perform a service to the main pump or power unit, such as a cooling water or a standby pump to supplement the system for peaking requirements. Auxiliary spillway. Dam spillway built to carry runoff in excess of that carried by the principal spillway. This is sometimes called emergency spillway. Available soil water. The portion of water in a soil that can be readily absorbed by plant roots. It is the amount of water released between in situ field capacity and the permanent wilting point. Available water capacity. The weight percentage of water which a soil can store in a form available to plants. It is equal to the moisture content at field capacity minus that at the wilting point. Axial flow pump. Type of pump which develop most of the suction and discharge head by propelling or lifting action of the impeller vanes on the water, a rotary pump that develops head mostly by the propelling or lifting action of the vanes on water. Commonly referred to as a propeller pump. Azimuth. The horizontal angle in degrees measured from due south in the northern hemisphere, due north in the southern hemisphere. Backfilling drainage. The replacement of the excavated material after drain replacement and blinding, or envelope installation. Backpressure. Increase of pressure in the downstream piping system above the supply pressure at the point of consideration which would cause, or tend to cause, a reversal of the normal direction of flow. Backslope. land area on the downhill side of a terrace, ridge, or earth embankment. Bank storage. Water leaving a stream channel during rising stages of stream flow, most of which returns to stream flow during falling stages. Base area. 1. The cross-sectional area of the base of a cone pentrometer. 2. Contact area of a dam with original surface. Base circle. Circle of an involute cylindrical gear. The base circle of the involutes forming the tooth profile. Base flow. Water in a stream that results from groundwater inflow, i.e., that which is not affected by surface inflow. Baseline. 1. A preference line from which measurements are taken. 2. A parallel of latitude for public land surveys. Base pressure. Pressure measured at a point on the riser with a distance of at least 5 times the nominal sprinkler inlet diameter from the last upstream direction change or change in pipe cross-sectional area. Basic hydrograph. Assumes that all hydrographs from all small watersheds have similar forms. It is plotted over 100 arbitrary units of flow and 100 arbitrary units of time. Basin. 1. Hydrology, area drained by a river and its tributaries. 2. Irrigation or recharge, level plot or field. Surrounded by dikes which may be hooded. Basin irrigation. Irrigation by flooding areas of level land surrounded by dikes. Batter board. One of a series of horizontal boards set across or to one side of a trench line to indicate a desired elevation or reference grade from which trench bottom elevations are determined. Bedding ditch. A dead furrow used as a surface drainage ditch in a bedding system. Bed load. Coarse sediment or material moving on or near the bottom of a flowing channel by rolling, sliding or bouncing. Beds in basins, or ridges raised above the ponded water surface of a level basin, with channels between, dead level furrows or basin furrows. Beehive. Dome-shaped grating placed on surface inlets to subsurface drains to exclude trash. Bench flume. A water-conducting channel built on constructed terraces along hillsides or around mountain slopes when the ground is too rough, steep, or rocky to permit an excavated canal. Bench terrace. Level terraces built in stair-step fashion with a level top and a steep, vertical embankment between successive terraces. Used to improve distribution of rainfall or irrigation water. Berm. Strip or area of land, usually level, between the edge of spoil bank and edge of a ditch or canal. Biodegradation. Breaking down of natural or synthetic organic materials by microorganisms in soils. Natural bodies of water. Wastewater treatment systems. Blind drain. Type of drain consisting of an excavated trench, refilled with pervious materials such as coarse sand, gravel, or crushed stones, through whose voids water percolates and flows toward an outlet. Also called a French drain. Blinding. Material placed on top of and around a drain tile or conduit to improve the flow of water to the drain and to prevent displacement during backfilling of the trench. Blind inlet. Surface water inlet to a drain in which water enters by percolation rather than through open flow conduits. Blow-off valve. Controlled pipeline outlet used to discharge water. Blowout. A rupture in a pip drain usually attributed to hydraulic pressure from within the line and resulting in displacement of pipe and in washout of supporting and covering earth materials. Also, break troughs, or ruptures in embankments caused by piping. Break grade. To change the slope of a pipe drain, ditch or field. Broad base. A terrace structure constructed so that agricultural machinery may be operated safely on the entire cross-section. Usually not steeper than 5:1, horizontal to vertical. Broad-base terrace. A type of terrace constructed so that crops can be planted and machinery safely operated on the entire cross-section. Broad-crested weir. Weir for water measurement having a rounded or wide crest in the direction of the stream. Hope it helps. Thank you again for listening. Please like, subscribe and comment your suggestion on topics you want to hear. Links of previous topics are stated in the description box below. See you in the next part. Bye. Rar.